All right, we are here. We are back with another market update with Giovanni Acosta. I am excited. It's February. Things are changing all the time. So, Gio, what's up? Thanks for coming back.
Hey, thanks for having me again. I wish
Absolutely.
I saw you with the beard, man.
I'm sorry. So, as you know, we were growing the beard out and rates were coming down, and I shaved it. So, has that had any influence on the market?
Yeah. We had a little bit of a churn, so it's pretty stable actually. I want to say close to the same. We're up like an eighth of a percentage point. Last meeting it was 675. Now we're looking at 6875 as of today. So I think the shaving of the beard turned it the wrong way for me.
I'm really sorry. I can start growing it back out if we need me to.
Oh man, we
Um,
might need that.
so what has that done to real estate? So rates, have kind of flatlined to moving up a little bit. How is the real estate market going?
Yeah, the move, I think things across the board have been pretty slow in terms of movement up and down. It's been sort of stagnant. An eighth of a percentage point, we always kind of go back and talk about, we pick a market and we say, how does that affect someone? So we've been using Bethlehem. An eighth of a percentage point is like $30 a month. So I don't want to make it sound insignificant, but
Right.
we're pretty close to the last meeting.
Mm-hmm. No,
Um,
go ahead.
yeah, some of those other meetings we were going, I think up or coming down, excuse me, like three-eighths of a percentage point. So like bigger moves. This is pretty steady here. So
Yeah. Well, which is good. I mean, it's finally maybe normalizing a little bit, right?
yeah, normalizing a bit for sure. I think the trend will still be down as everyone's sort of predicting over the year, but um, getting these big month-to-month swings makes things a little tough. So a normal environment is welcomed for sure.
Good, good. And then, I mean, let's talk about, you brought up Bethlehem. Let's talk about, the markets that we serve, Allentown, Bethlehem, Stroudsburg. When you're looking at real estate, I mean, what's going on? Are things moving? How's it going out there?
Yeah, in terms of like days on market prices, I mean, things have been pretty flat since the last one. The last one we did was right at the crack of the new year, so I didn't really have a lot of time to go back and look at the prior years. So if you want to, take a second, we could look at sort of what's happened over the last 12 months.
Yeah, let's
Um,
let's do that. You're right. We didn't really reflect. We should always take time to reflect. So let's think about and let's talk about 2023 and sort of the last 12 months and what we've seen.
yeah, so we saw those scary high rates for a while there. Like we hit seven, we hit eight. I think the general idea or the way things should work, right, is as rates come up, prices should flatten or go down.
Right.
But in the three markets that you had mentioned that we always cover, Stroudsburg, Bethlehem, and Allentown, prices have gone up in every single market.
Wow.
So it's a resilient market for sure, I would say.
Which I mean, you're right. So, rates come down, prices go up, or rates go
Mhm.
up, prices come down. So you're telling me we had rates go up and home prices go up, which obviously makes it harder from an affordability percentage. But what sort of percentage moves did you see on prices?
Yeah, so in a healthy market, I like to see usually around 3%. So that's pretty standard. What we've seen during pandemic is nuts and probably not sustainable, but you're still beating that. So like Stroudsburg, we saw 4.4%. I'm using Zillow numbers. Bethlehem was 5%, and Allentown was actually 7.4%. So we're
7.4.
yeah, it's good growth, man, on all
Yeah.
three. Really good growth.
And so what are your thoughts, coming into 2024? We've got 1 month under our belt. We're seeing rates sort of stabilize. Where do you see the market going this year?
Yeah, hopefully we get a little more inventory because we say that every meeting inventory is sort of the challenge. But if you don't get a big release of inventory, I think you'll get some. You'll get more buyers for sure as rates come down. I would think that we're going to beat 2023 numbers, man. If we have, rates at a significantly lower point than 7 or 8%, if we get into the low sixes or high fives, you're going to have a bit of demand there. And I think, hopefully we beat last year's numbers in terms of, prices.
And that's something that I didn't think about. I mean, you're seeing rates come down or they've come down from their peaks. You, as the mortgage man, how does that impact you? Are you seeing refi business come up?
We actually are, yeah. So I have quite a few. people that purchased in, let's say, summer or even early fall that have sort of come back to me, called in, and we're sort of looking at some refinance opportunities for them because, people that maybe, they've got a good opportunity, a good price, and they moved forward on it, but they took a higher rate, are now in the situation where rates are down about 1% from the peak, where they
Mm.
can start to sort of entertain possibly refinancing.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're getting home price appreciation and now they're getting a lower rate. I mean, it goes back to when's the best time to buy. I feel like it's really just like they say, when you need the home, that's the time to buy, right?
For sure. And I would tell people, if you did buy, in 2022, 2023, to be in touch with your mortgage advisor because they could, potentially, you guys could work out sort of a strategy together at what point you think it would make sense to refinance, and they can keep an eye on it for you and, let you know when it's a good time to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah. And speaking of a good time to pull the trigger, spring is kind of around the corner. You were
Hmm.
giving me some tips as yeah, just someone who's not usually on it. What are you saying? When we look at spring, and I'm thinking about maybe listing a home,
Hmm.
uh, now is the time, right?
Yeah, I think whether you're on the list side or the buy side, it's always good to be prepared, right? If you're going to come to market in the spring, this is a really good time to reach out and have a good conversation with the agent that you trust. If you're a buyer looking to purchase, now is really the time where you want to go get pre-approved, get everything ready, so that you sort of beat that spring rush um, come March and April.
And you were also bringing up the contractors, how like now's the time to book them up. The good ones are starting to book up already for the spring, right?
Yeah, for sure. In the winter, they're looking at projects for the spring. So if you make a call out in the spring and you're expecting something to get done right away, you're probably getting pushed into the summer. So I would say if you're looking for a spring project, you probably want to start calling those contractors now.
That's why no contractors ever return my calls. Got it. Thank you. Anything else though? Anything else that you want to hit?
Yeah, I think I'm still on the wallpaper thing, man. Unfortunately, I got a little stalled out with another project at my house, but we'll have to check in with that on the next one. So I'm still advocating for wallpaper. I think.
A- And you're ahead of our curve. We still have not gotten there. So by the time you finish, maybe we'll have started. I want to keep track though. Keep us posted on your wallpaper updates.
Definitely will.
Good. Awesome. Gio, thank you. When we come back in March, we'll see what my beard situation is, but hopefully rates have come down again.
At least a little stubble for me, man.
Got it. All right. Thanks, Gio.
No, my pleasure, Jimmy.